So do you think that game was played yesterday or today? So does that count?
The Rockies game?
Oh, you know what? It was played both days, so you should probably get 50% off today and 50% off tomorrow.
I would test them on it.
Whoa,
Ooh.
Good point. Let's call our boy at Papa John's and find out, huh? Wow, that's a great point. 50%.
That's
so
what I'm
50% off and 50. You get 100% off. It's free. All right,
Guys are giving away pizza.
Let's talk about the Broncos injury report. Not the one the Broncos themselves put out, but the one that Peyton Manning put out yesterday, because you guys made the injury report. I'm very happy to hear that you're healthy, the healthiest person in the media, according to Peyton Manning.
And you know what?
I'm a little concerned about your gout.
I know. I didn't even know I had gout.
Well, the worst part of this whole thing is he didn't mention Les.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there either.
All right, so here's what Peyton said about Woody. Woody, in my opinion, is probably the healthiest of all of you, and this is not a healthy group by any means, but Woody is healthy.
I think that was just a nod to the fact that we went to the same college.
I think it's a nod to the fact that Peyton knows, respects, and appreciates the fact that Woody Paige believes in Peyton at 39, and some of us knuckleheads are beginning to doubt him. And I think that's exactly what Peyton's saying, is that Woody Paige has a healthy insight.
Even though he's elderly and we're starting to doubt him
I was the only guy. I was the only guy that believed in Peyton in Tim Tebow, and you guys know that. And he had, as Mike just pointed out, one of the greatest, one of the most unusual seasons in the history of the NFL.
And exciting.
And I will believe, whatever you think, and this aside from and I talked to Archie after the game, and I talked to Ashley, Peyton's wife, and I was happy for her and the kids because of the last time after a game. But why would I stop believing in a guy that I believed in most of my life and most of his career? I mean, do I turn on Peyton Manning because of a stretch of 4 or 5 games when I believe he was hurt? And telling you, I don't think you put it all on Peyton Manning. I think it starts with the offensive line, which was what we talked about the entire offseason. So.
All right, so that's the injury report on Woody. A couple other people we are close
and
to.
And doesn't that guy look like he's healthy?
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. This is the injury report on a former Denver Post staffer, now with 9 News. Mike, well, that's Mike Kiszla.
And he's talking about Kiszla.
That says Kiszla. So, but he's talking about Kiszla here.
Let's just go to Kiszla.
Okay, let's go to Kiszla.
Oh, look at that.
Stretching.
That's me.
Are you stretching there?
No, that's me in London at platform 9 3/4, the Harry Potter.
That's Mark when he's not sitting down in a chair with his walker.
Exactly.
All right, so what Peyton said about Mark was Kiszla also. Kiszla's got gout for sure. I know he's got gout, but he never complains about it.
As any sports figure in Denver could tell you, I never complain about anything.
No, never.
I'm Mr. Sunshine.
I will say this about Peyton, and Mike touched upon it about the question afterward. I think Peyton may be the best player in the history of the NFL that takes a question and diverts it to whatever he wants to talk about.
Why do you think he wanted to talk about? Why do you think he did that yesterday, guys?
Because he does that all the time. That either, if you go talk to him, and both of you guys know this, and Mark especially, is that if you try to set up an interview with him and you go through the PR department, they go, Peyton would like to know what you're going to talk about. And his response is because he would like to prepare some answers.
Same way he prepares for a game.
But I think people forget that he majored in communications. So he knew early on he was a great athlete. He knew that at Tennessee, and he prepared for that. And he has spent his career answering questions he wants to answer in the way he wants to answer. He'll take a tough question about, I don't want to talk about, rather than a guy, anybody else would say, I don't want to talk about the medical report, my back's fine, let's move on. But he takes it, and by the time it's over with, everybody's forgotten that he has a back problem.
And there was no follow-up question about his back, by the way.
No, there was not. And I think the reason he did it was very calculated and very smart. That that he was cranky after the game on Sunday because he didn't play well. He's uncomfortable in this offense at this point, and he let that show. And he decided, you know what? That's not who I am. I'm a good-natured, good guy, and he went out of his way to show us all how good a guy and what a lighthearted guy he can be.
There are a lot of layers to this, and you guys touched on 2 of those layers. He's a cerebral guy, not just on the field, but off the field as well. And everything he does is very well calculated. Everything.
And Jamel Hill, who I have
included.
great respect for, and I was with her recently in Miami at a convention that we spoke at, and she said yesterday, and people talk about those that are hard, she said she believes that Peyton Manning is mentally still Peyton Manning, but physically he's washed. And that's pretty strong words. That's what I think a lot of people are saying. He's still got the brilliant mind for football, but his body can't keep up with it.